Hello, everyone. It's Thursday morning and it's time for turkey. I know you probably thought we would forget about you on Thanksgiving, but we thought even more so we should be here for you today because I know many of you are celebrating alone. And I wanted to be here for just 15 minutes before you start your day to really thank you so much for all of your support, all of the things that you have been doing and been so loyal listening to me for a long time, and Debbie and all of our other staff. We just really want to thank you. I hope you and your families have a great Thanksgiving too. And so to help you start off with a little joy, I am going to do a quick little program. It's only going to be about 15 minutes to show you. Remember what happens the day after Thanksgiving? Right? Black Friday. And starting already for Christmas. We only have about 20 some more days, 28 or something like that. I know that sounds terrible, but we've already got snow in Chicago. I don't know if anybody else is having it, but it's beautiful. It was a light dusting, so it doesn't slow anything down. And what I wanted to do is give you a little bit of a taste of some quick, easy gifts that you could make for some of your friends, maybe a next door neighbor who's by themselves, maybe somebody who is helping you with something, some service provider, maybe your UPS man who's probably making a lot of trips to your door right now. And so I'm not going to go through the whole entire process. I'm just going to give you a smidgen, and I'm sure you can pick this up on your own. This will be one of our clubs, but the club will be almost an hour because in the club, we go step by step by step. So let me get started. These are, as you can see in front of me, huge towels. I mean, huge selection of towels, not huge. They're little kitchen towels that, you can wash your hands on, which everybody is doing right now. On the back, not on the front. and what I have done is I have used the Robeson Anton threads. I have used our towels that we have from our stash up in our online store and at the regular store. This is the Christmas selection, this is the Hanukkah selection, but we have every color imaginable. So I hope you'll have some fun with us. And let me show you quickly. This was done for the most part. All these towels in the front here were done on the 10 needle with this. This is a multi-needle, except for these two with the little wreaths on them there. They were done in the Luminaire or one of your regular single needle machines. And I did it with this hoop. It's about 6 by 6, I guess. And it's just a really nice little hoop that you can easily put a towel in. But the key thing to make sure when you're doing this and really make it look professional, so it looks like, wow, you went out and really bought something special, because I personalized it. If you look, I didn't just take the design. This is Santa. I'm going to pull him up here. This is a 10 needle that has got all of the smaller designs in it, and they've got lots of big ones too, but I'm going to find Santa on here. And here's little Santa. He's not that little. And then what I want to do is, you can see he's on the screen here. I'm going to set him. And then I'm going to do this little button over here that says add. And I'm going to add some lettering. And it doesn't matter which one you like. We'll just go with this. I'm going to say ho, 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 because I want your season to be very happy. So I'm going to put a capital H. And then I'm going to go, you see how it says large, medium, and small? I'm going to go to the small or the medium, and then I'm going to touch the O. I want these to be in the capital letters because they're not that big. I did a space, then I'm going to do another HO. You don't have to keep changing the size. It now knows what size it needs to be. And there we go. And now I'm going to set this. But if you see, ho, ho, ho does not look very good like that because it's in the middle. So I can do one of two things. I can just take my finger and move Santa, or I can go ahead, I'm going to move him back to the center, or I can just do this, bring him up, bring him down. I'm going to bring him back to the center and touch the lettering, and now I can bring the lettering up right above his head. And if I don't like it there, I can just take the little arrows and bring it down. Then I'm going to add the personalization, which you can see on some of the towels that I have added names. That's the key. That's what makes the difference between the towel that you're going out and buying at some place making it much more of a more expensive and really a treasured gift. So we're going to add that. We'll end edit. We'll do embroidery. And now it's going to tell me what threads to put on my spools back there. And this is the most wonderful part because I just thread that up once and I tie it off and pull it through one time. Then I go through and use these colors for the entire gifts. If you notice, I did everything in 10 colors. I just didn't want to have to keep changing thread. And there's something in here that is just wonderful. If I decide that I don't like that thread, I can make one number 7. You must hit this little 2 spools here, say, okay, and now I'm ready to go. So I do the next one and I can put a hand here. So once it is done with the first number, the hand will stop it. So it's not going to continue on until I change the next color. And once I've got them all set, I can just go ahead and go have my coffee or my tea or whatever, and it's going to be sewing on its own. And that's the beauty of a multi-needle. You really want to use a multi-needle when you're doing something like this where you're doing a lot of them at one time. Now, like I said, I also did this, which was wonderful too, in this hoop, which is on the luminaire. And when I did that, I do have to thread it a number of times. So I try to limit my colors. And if you look on this one, the threads were 1, 2, 3, 4. I did do a gold too, so there were 5 colors. I could have easily gotten away with 4 colors on this, and that's really what you want to do when you're doing a single needle towel. Another little tip that I think would be helpful for you. Something that is really wonderful is, again, I always buy more than one hoop. In fact, for me, because this is, believe me, I have about another table at this big with this many towels on it too, because everybody that knows me gets one. and what I've done is I want to make it quick and easy when I do this. Well, look at the tearaway that I've got on here. First of all, the tearaway is what is hooped. If you can see that at the back, the tearaway is actually hooped, and I press my hoop down. So do you see how it's kind of a little bit longer than the edge of the hoop? So the tearaway is what's balancing on the machine. Just a little bit longer. I push it in so it's a little bit out. And of course I tighten my screws with the screwdriver that comes with this. Now I also take the water soluble on the top, and this is really important. In my little basket over here I have a lot of goodies, and this is something I will tell you, I tried to count because I knew some of you would probably ask. I use this Perfection tape now exclusively. And it was one of the good things that came out of COVID. I used to do the lick and stick. Well, I don't do that anymore. Now I definitely do the cut and put it down. Well, see all these towels? These 4 pieces right here that are holding this water soluble down were used over and over and over. So you aren't going to use much of this. This is a big savings for you. And then I just put it off and put it on my table, and I use it again the next time that I do the next towel. But the water soluble is really important. This is not a heavy, terry towel. That's really important for you to know. Either is this is another. I like this kind of waffle weave. It's not real waffly. This is a little bit more woven. And these are real nice too. They're great for kitchens and to wash your hands and to dry them afterwards. I keep mine. I have a couple on my refrigerator handles, and then a couple on a stove and one on another area. But what because it's not a real thick, heavy towel, you're not going to use the heat and stay that topper. Remember, there's only 2 toppers. What are they? Me here, right? Water soluble and the heat and gone. Now, you don't need the heat and gone when you're doing anything on this table. You are only going to be using the water soluble. And that's it. I put this sticky tearaway in. I've scored it. I pulled it off. This is black, and it's wonderful for the dark colors. But there's also something called Perfect Stick that goes in here. Now, there's other methods that you could use, and I'll show you a few of them. If you want to hoop your towel, you can use the Ultra Clean and Tear, which is wonderful. It's a tearaway by OESD. That must go in the hoop instead of this. Just this goes in, and then what must happen with your towel? Somebody say it right. Your towel must be hooped also. Everybody gets concerned about hoop burn. You can see all of these. There's no hoop burn, and quite a few of these I've done in the hoop. I like to do it in the hoop if I can. This is just real quick and easy, and Perfect Stick is another one that's white that is really easy to do. But if you've got the time and you want to use your Ultra Clean and Tear, it works very well too. That's on the bottom. Now you could also use another tearaway that I'm sure you've heard me talk about. I don't know if the camera can get this because it's real glary. You see how it's glary? And that's because there's sticky fusible on here. It's not real heavy. And you would fuse this to the back of your towel, and then you'd hoop the towel at that time. So there are a number of things that you can do. I want to show you the black one. You see how this is the black one that's hooped in here. And when I put this in, I put it in and I hoop only the stabilizer. Then I score the stabilizer, tear it away, and stick my towel down. So you can see how quick and easy it is. Now, the important thing that I want to explain to you is, again, these videos, I hope they're here to inspire you. That's our most important goal. For you that want to go on, and I know there's many of you, and this is Thanksgiving, and I want to thank you so much. We have over 200 members in our club right now, and I've had wonderful responses. It's not just me teaching the club, it's our entire staff. We have got very, very talented people, as you know. And that, when we do the club, because I'm going to be filming this again for another hour after this, and we will go step by step by step for when we do a 10 needle and a regular multi-needle. Because when we go in here, I want you to know how to change the thread. I want you to know what to do and what buttons I'm pressing and what you start and where you go. Many of you are more advanced embroiders and you can just go on and do that. But I would encourage you to take a look at our club membership. It's very reasonable. It is 3 sessions. It is per month. So it's on a first Tuesday, the second Tuesday, and the third Tuesday. Those of you that live in the area, if you call and you're one of the first, right now we have to limit, there is more than, I believe, 10 or 12. If you're one of the first 10 to 12 calling that week, you can come actually physically and watch our video. And then you also will have it saved at home. You'll have your own password. You have a whole year's subscription that you can save. 36 sessions, it comes to about $5 a time. So, and again, we really aren't doing this just to, I'm not out here selling something. I'm out here hoping to educate you. And these educators are really, they're amazing. I had to go back, and Cindy will love me telling this story. There's an infinity scarf she did on our one of our clubs, and I had to make one for somebody. I was doing it in a different kind of fabric, and I thought, I wonder if I could. So I just went back to the video, and sure enough, she had this kind of fabric in there. I thought, okay, that'll work. So I'm sure that it will be helpful to you. I hope you give it a try. We would love to have you as a club member, and if not, join us every Thursday. I hope you'll join us anyway for a cup of coffee, and hopefully you'll be inspired. Last thing I want to show you on the wall is this wonderful, they call it Christmas Kisses, and it's kissing. Do you see how they're going this way and that way? One of my quilters that are beginning quilters said she made this, and she said, Linda, it was one of the easiest ones that she's done. We made up some more kits because everybody was asking for it. They're only $80-some, and I believe there's like 4 left. So those of you that can't have time for this Christmas, hopefully you'll get it, because once it's gone, and you'll be able to do it for next Christmas. So I think that's it. I hope, again, I can't say enough. Nick doesn't have his video on over there, and Teresa's busy working on her marketing stuff, but I know the whole staff would want to say loudly with me, right? Happy Thanksgiving!